Oh, crap. So it is the evening before the start of the Dust Bowl 100. Kicks off tomorrow at 0800. This is the start and finish area right over here. I'm in Eminence, Indiana, about 30 minutes-ish southwest of Indianapolis. Someone might correct me on that one. So this is kind of the finish stretch right here. There's some tapes over here. You come in, finish over here. It's kind of a cyclocross setup. The last, I don't know if that's quarter mile, half mile total. Comes in some way over there. Neat option with this event is, one, it's a big event, but also they had a camping option. You can set up tents, and my tent is right over there. I don't know if I'm pointing at it, but looks like, I think there's about 40 tents in the baseball fields here, and there's people with camper vans and stuff like that over on the other side, and a couple of big RVs parked on the other side. So for an extra 20 bucks, you get to stay on the grounds here. I think they said that money all goes to the rec program for the school. There's also, in the morning, for $5 you can take showers after the race and stuff like that. So again, that money I think all goes to the recreation department for the school, or the athletics department. Nice little setup. It's gonna be 60 degrees tonight. It's gonna be beautiful for sleeping. And by the race start at 0800 for the 100-mile race that I'm doing, their estimated temperature to be 63 or 64, which is awesome. Pretty excited about that. I think the high temperature around the time I should be finishing is going to be like 82 or 83, which is a little warm, but I'll take it. It's fantastic to start at 60 degrees in the 60s. I'm pretty excited about it. So anyway, sun's going down. I'm going to bed down pretty soon. Hopefully get a good night's sleep. About 5:20. Packet pickup starts at 6, and I want to be ready to go at 7. Well, breakfast today is hard-boiled eggs and peanut butter bagel. That's not all I'm eating. I had 3 eggs and a whole bagel, but I'm almost done. It's the same thing I had for dinner last night.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some food in you. Step 3, grow hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations.
So 7:26, race starts in about a half hour. Got all my stuff ready and just kind of rolling around a little bit. Final gear check. I'm excited. It's a lot of people here.
The steps you take them, I try to pick one thought, have some concentration, and if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason, though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. You always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flaws, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. So flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from anything causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Maybe I should jet to the front. Sprint to the front, what do you think? Just to get in there, just to get a good video. Oh, you think the people in front will be eating dust? Yeah. We're gonna be gritty in about 10 minutes, I think. that's a lot of people.
Grow hard about what you want to be. Step 4. Everybody gets to do the thing.
Best part is I crap beforehand. What? Line, right. I see dust in the distance. I guess this is where it begins. Yeah. Dude, black earth, black earth. Phone got there. That was fast. We finished a couple gravel sections, 10 miles in. So far it's just been settled in a group on the gravel and then try to make moves on the hard pack. Alright, I gotta get on a wheel. Stop messing around. Doing good. 15 miles in. I think I found kind of my zone and my peeps for now. Bunch of savages here. Gravel. "46 miles in. I got news, but I'm gonna do it in the voiceover because I kind of don't want to lose this group, and I'm pretty tired. So mistakes were made, but actually, it's okay. Got a good group now. Our average is still 19.3. That's kind of hot for me.
So that guy I pointed out earlier, well, he and I ended up slowly pulling away from most of that group. Like one person got like 200 yards ahead of us, and he and I ended up, after a while, about a quarter mile ahead of the main group that we were with there. And so we were rotating really nicely and slowly pulling away, and I happened to be in the front when we approached a turn. And I turned right because that's what I thought the sign said. And this is the spot right here. And you can see that little outrigger on my Strava map. Well, it turns out the route actually went to the left there. So we ended up stopping because something didn't feel right. We weren't seeing anybody else. A couple other people did come up behind us that we were also confused about why we were stopped in the road. So we were fiddling around with our maps trying to figure it out. Ended up going back and getting back on the correct route. One of the guys that we ended up teaming up with on that little outrigger, he had pre-ridden the whole course a couple weeks earlier. So he was also confused about why he went the wrong way. But either way, we ended up with a group of about 4 of us. And a couple of miles later, this big group of about 15 people came hammering up behind us. It turns out they were the second group on the road of the people doing the 80-mile race. So we ended up hopping with them and getting a free ride for about 3 or 4 miles, which they were moving fast. They were holding 21, 22 for the time that we were with them. So that was a great little chance to catch up a little bit of the time that we lost. And that was fine. I was pretty tired after that. Eventually that group ended up taking a left to follow the 80-mile course, and we ended up taking a right, and we were back on course with the 100-milers. A few days after the race was over, I happened to be cruising YouTube, and I saw this gentleman, Vince, posted his video of the Dust Bowl. And he had overlays and power data and all that, so I was curious to see if he had that section of the course on his video, and sure enough, he did. And so I went back to review that closely, and here's that section right here, a screenshot from his video. You can see as the overlay, and this is where the turn was. Here's a close-up of the overlay map, so that's that corner right there. And one of the things that you'll see is on the right side, you see the arrow there pointing to the right, that little sign. That's where I turned right, because I followed that. Look at the biker in the distance. He's turning left because that's where the gravel road was. So the sign was in fact turned around the wrong way. You know, before the race, with all the literature and at the pre-race briefing, the race director insisted on not following the signs on the road. He insisted that you follow the GPX data, that you have it downloaded on your computer, and trust your computer, not the signage on the road. Because he was aware that things like that would happen. Signs would fall over, they'd be mismarked, and people might take a wrong turn. I just didn't think there was any way I would end up taking a wrong turn with all those people on the course and everything else being so well marked. Just happened to be that I was the guy in the front, didn't have a map up, there was no one else around us, and I followed the arrow. So anyway, lesson learned. Next time, have the GPX data up on your head unit and follow those directions.
Oh. Man, that's soft. You all right?
Yeah.
Fast downhill means slow uphill. Oh yeah. Let me just settle in on this one. This is gonna take a while. "56 miles done. Under 3 hours still." Hey, how you doing? All right, 68 miles done. Quick sack stop at 65. Got a nice group buddied up here. They all seem pretty strong, so it's nice to have a break from the gravel because this race is gravelly. "72 and a half miles in." "80-mile sack stop." Oh, quick stop. How you doing? Good. Oh, it's getting hard to stay on pace. Let me find something here. All right, chugged a Coke, some pickle juice, because it was time. Woo! I needed that. All right. Looks like a group taking off. Don't know if I can catch them. Because my leg is kind of cooked. But maybe theirs are too. It's getting hard. 20 miles to go. all downhill. Well, I did catch that group and I rolled with them for about 5 miles, but yeah, no, 5 miles, I'm at 84 now. We're going up some hills. My hamstring is starting to cramp. I've never had that before. So I got to chill and really pound some electrolytes. Hopefully recover. 84 miles in. Gotta stay in this to the end. Just can't have a full-on hamstring cramp or I'll be in deep doo-doo. This is a section that's on private property of some sort. What's that much? Dark. Hard to see. No mud. No more mud. Yeah, a little slippery. Whew. Yeah. You got it.
So if there was a lot of this terrain on this course, then probably my Pirelli Cinerado Gravel M45 would have been much better suited. But this is only like a mile, so if I had to do this race again, I'd stick to the tire setup that I had, which I review at the end of the video.
Oh, my hamstrings are barking at me. Better keep it slow. Yeah, that left one is just edge of a cramp. Dang it, too many people passed me all of a sudden. Let me see if I can stand. That seems okay. Cardiovascular feels good. I'm surprised my hamby's doing that. 12 miles, so 80 miles done, 12 to go. Man, oh, I gotta stop. Oh crap, that was it. Oh. Yeah, hamstring cramp. Bad time. Oh, dang it. All right. Oh. Oh, there it goes again. Okay, keep it on stretch. Dang it. Oh. Okay, work the quads. Well, it took me about 15 minutes of, well, about 5 minutes of stretching and then 15 minutes of slow pedaling and chugging every electrolyte I got to get past the hamstrings problem. They both started cramping after a while. And then I started getting out of the saddle up every hill just to stretch the hamstrings, and then I'd pedal stretch. Anyway, I got past it, doing better. Almost done, I think. My odometer says 99 miles. What's up, Peoria?
Hey.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Oh, it took me forever to catch you.
Oh, man.
Didn't think I'd see you again. Yeah, you burned past that 80-mile sweat sag. And
Yeah, I
thought,
just I had enough water. I just
You just went for it.
went for it. Yeah. Hey.
We put some miles in together.
Yeah. Had a good time today.
Yeah.
Actually, it went pretty quick.
Not for me. I was doubled over with hamstring cramps. I was pulled over for a while.
Yeah.
That
My
was-
left hamstring coming up that last steep hill on that SRAM.
Uh-huh.
That was tough.
I walked it because my cramps were going to kick in again, so for sure.
Had a good race.
All right, you too.
Step 3. You grow hard about what you want to be. Step 4.
I don't have much left.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations.
Oh,
Hey, good job.
you too. Oh.
That's good.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh.
Your 100-mile
Nice swag.
podium. Right here, congrats, guys.
I think the clock's at 6:02.
And in first
I
place,
estimated 6 hours, so-
100-mile men 50 to 59, Henry Swinty.
Oh, psych. All right, let me go to my bike setup. Got my Cannondale Topstone aluminum. I've got a 37 WTB on the front at 36 PSI and a 32 Gravel King SK at 42 PSI, I think. I have to look at my notes, something like that. That's what I did on my last gravel ride. It's dusty indeed, as you can see. All right, time for the post-ride recap. My finished time looked like it was 6:02 on the clock when I came across, which I was estimating 6 hours, so that's pretty close. He's doing really well. The first half was really fast average, felt great. And then about mile 80, 85, I started to have trouble with my hamstrings cramping up, and I was doubled over. And well, I guess you probably, Big Henry, Big Hank. So that slowed me down quite a bit. I had probably 15 minutes where I was really nursing my hamstrings along, trying not to get them to cramp up. So chugged every electrolyte I had on me, got a goo in me, some extra water. But I would kind of slowly pick up the pace. I'd pedal, stretch, pedal, stretch. I learned to ride the big gear, so I was pushing more quad, and I was trying to stand up a lot more, because normally I just sit and spin, and I think all that sitting and spinning at a high RPM, just the hamstrings didn't like that very much after a while. So changed the way I was doing it. Bigger gear, out of the saddle as much as possible. I walked there was one hill that was 21%, and I was right by the last sag, which was at mile 90, and I walked that. I knew my hamstrings would just blow up if I did that. So after that, I was recovering and feeling better. I was able to pick up the pace again, and felt pretty good through the finish. I wasn't full gassing, but I was able to handle 200 watts, 250 watts, something like that, which I was pretty happy with that. Didn't break any records today. But had a lot of good people to ride with. Had a lot of, you know, here and there. We doubled up. We had groups of 10 people, groups of 5 people, groups of 2 people, just pretty much all the way through mile 80 or so. Then after that, it was every man for himself, or woman for himself, it seemed. People were just spread out. Lots of onesies. No twosies or threesies. Right there towards the end, I saw a group up ahead of me, but you know, any other day, any other distance, I probably would have dropped the hammer, try to catch up to them, but today was not that day, so that
was like 5 or 6 people, maybe 200 yards ahead of me, which was fine. Overall fun. I don't know, I didn't like training up for a 100-mile race midsummer. It's kind of a bad time for me, so I probably won't do this race again. It's a great event if you want to do a 100-mile gravel race somewhere in the Midwest. This one is so well organized. There's so many volunteers. It's just a phenomenal event. The course is 60 miles of gravel. It felt like every bit of 60 miles of gravel. After a while, it was I was happy to get off the gravel whenever we could. Not complaining about it. Just 60 miles of gravel was a lot. Going into it, I thought that's it, 60 miles, but that was plenty. Some good terrain changes. The second half really had a lot more hills than I expected for where we were. I don't know where they found them. Congrats to the guy who found all the hills, because there were some. Nothing major, but enough to kind of take the wind out of your sails and make you push your heart rate up a little bit. But overall, fun event. I'm glad I did it. I probably won't do it again, just because the time of the year is not great for me. But I think you know, the Senior Olympics is fall, the next race, and then Dirty South in the spring. That's definitely my jam. That's a distance I really like. That's an event I really like. So that's it. I'm gonna pack up my tent now that it's nice and dry, and maybe snack some food on the way out. We'll see you next time.